Man, this video is awesome. So I'm going to show you 3 ways to use DJ loops in your mixes to elevate and enhance your transitions big time. We're going to cover in the first example how to loop the exiting song to give you a window to do a perfect transition. Number 2, how to loop songs like that have maybe short intros to give you more time to beat match, and then how to exit the loop so the phrasing lines up perfectly and how to make a real impact when mixing like that. Number 3, how to do climatic looping. That means halving the loop and making it shorter and shorter, creating a climax, and then the new song drops in perfectly. And if you stick around to the end, I'm going to give you a bonus loop where I'm talking about using a loop as a bridge and then mixing in a new song on that loop to take everything just to create a wow factor around the way that you mix. Okay, so before jumping in, there are a few things that we need to know. So we need to know how to set a loop, we need to know about quantize, and we need to know about how to make the loop sound natural. So number 1, how do you set the loop? So you have 2 main ways. You have manual in and out. So say a song's playing, that would be the beginning of the loop. That would be to close the loop. And then if you wanted to, you can halve it using this button there. It makes it smaller and smaller. We're going to get to this, and it could be like, right? And you can also like make the loop twice as long by going this way. And then if you want, you can also exit the loop by hitting the exit button next to the manual in and outs right there. But another way to actually set loops is using the performance pads. So on here, I've got the FLX4. I go like beat loop is underneath beat jump. So I go shift beat jump to activate beat loops. And say I've got a song playing. Now these are like preset loop lengths. So say this one here is 32 beats. So let's just wait for that beginning of the phrase to kick in. And then I'll loop one phrase, which is 32 beats. Let me show you. Okay, go. Okay, and that's just now going to play that 8 bars over and over. If I want to halve that, I can do that, and I'll take it to 16 beats, 8 beats, 4 beats, and you get the idea. Personally, I like using manual in and out because I'm a club DJ, and I've been a club DJ for almost 2 decades, and not all club equipment has performance pads. I know a lot of equipment does have performance pads and these automated beat loops, but I have grown up using manual in and out, and I just like the feel of it. So I'm doing that, but honestly, you could use them both. It doesn't really matter. Okay, but now, once you've got a loop set, here's the thing, you want to be making sure that when you set loops that quantize is on. Now what quantize means is that when you go set a loop, it's going to snap that loop to the grid, okay? And you want that because let's say you go and set a loop and quantize is off, even though you might hit it really close to the beat, it could be a fraction out, and even if it's a fraction out, every time that loop goes around, the songs are going to get further and further out of sync. So we really want quantize on when setting loops. Now quantize is this Q button on your software, and if it's on your DJ equipment, it might even say quantize. So just find that quantize button, make sure it's selected. But let me give you an example of quantize on and off. So say this is going there, I'll take this loop off. So say now quantize is off, and let's go hit it there, and let's try and get it. And you see there, it's not on the grid. And if I had 2 songs going together, that's gonna just get pretty messy pretty quickly. So if I have quantize on, let's have a listen. And now it'll just snap it to the beat. Doesn't matter, just as long as it's close to the beat there, it's just gonna snap it in, and really, you definitely want that. Now, another thing to keep in mind when looping is you want to make the loop sound natural. And let's say you're looping a pattern. You want to grab the whole pattern. Now that could be 8 bars, it could be 4 bars. Or if you're just looping a beat like I am, maybe like a couple of beats or a bar even, I would be keeping it on those red dots. So those red dots here, that's like the beginning of each bar. So say this first example, I'm actually going to loop in the breakdown here. But let's say I'm looping in the breakdown here. Well, it's just a beat. There isn't really a pattern. So I could just be like, okay, and there it is. I've just gone and looped like 4 beats. I'm not really, I'll exit for a sec. I'm not really in there doing like being that, not at this point anyway, okay? So definitely be mindful of that. Just be trying to keep the musicality of the song. So like trying to make the loop sound as natural as possible. Anyway, the more you play around with loops, the more you'll get the idea, and hopefully the examples I'm about to show you now will help cement that understanding so you too can be looping like a boss in no time at all. Okay, so let's do this first example. Okay, so in this case, I've got a song playing here. Okay, I'm mixing my new song in over the end of the chorus here. I could use sync, but I like to beat match. Okay, once you beat match, prepare your EQ, and we're mixing in over the end of the chorus. Cool. Then, let's say this is a live example here. Now this is my main song. About to go into this one, I swap the basses, and I'm like, oh, this is sounding cool. But I'm like, oh, this next, our old song's gonna go into a drop. So let's just go grab a bar. That's the pattern. But that might, see, it's a bit, okay. Great example, okay? So I've gone and set a loop there, but it's not that clean. Have a listen to it. I don't like that. It's a bit aggressive. It kind of reminds me of setting the first loop, the loop after the first beat of the chorus. So listen here. Say I go set a loop here. Listen. You know, it's a bit aggressive. So I could exit. I want something a bit cleaner like this. Okay, now I'm going to give you an example live as I do it, but I just want to quickly explain this one. So looping out is looping the exiting song, and how I usually go about that is, let's say my main song's playing and all of a sudden it drops off like this bit here into a nice little window, and I'm like, you know, I'm mixing in my new song and I'm like, wow, this is sounding really good together. But I can see my old one's going to kick back in. You know, maybe in this case it's going to a drop. Sometimes it might be a vocal's about to kick in, but it's sounding awesome. But if you don't loop and you play them together, then all of a sudden the old one kicks back in and it just sounds messy. And that's where you can loop the bit that sounds good. So in this case, I'm going to be mixing into that breakdown, but then I see it's going to kick back in and I can just loop it and hold that transition, keeping elements of my old song in that new transition until my new song kicks in. Let's do it again. I think it's good to learn how to beat match, okay? So we're just coming in over the end of the chorus here. Okay. If that's too aggressive, you want more volume, keep more of that in. That just puts it in the background. Nice. And then how long do you play them together for? Well, my old new song's gonna kick in here. I reckon I'd have the old one out by there. Otherwise it might just get messy. Beautiful. Okay, in this next example, I want to mix in after the chorus again, like I did in the last one. I mix in after the chorus into that break. But this one here, have a listen. So this is a chorus. Okay, and then once the chorus ends here, have a listen. Okay, and it drops off there, okay? And that actually provides a nice little platform for me to do a mix. And the song I'm going to bring in is just going to be a vocal actually over this, and keeping that in there, it means there'll be bass, and there'll be bass underneath my vocal. It'll be beautiful. But if I didn't loop, now all of a sudden my old song starts kicking back in, it's going to get messy. So you can basically, say you're jamming and all of a sudden you're doing a mix and the old song drops off into something beautiful and you're afraid of what's coming up. Just loop it, man, and make the loop sound natural, okay, by either grabbing the pattern or looping a bar or 2 bars or 4 bars or 8 bars. Okay, let's give it a go. So I'm gonna bring a vocal on this one. Now that might be a little bit hard to beat match, so that's where, yeah, man, sure, you know, use the tools, okay? I do know how to beat match, but you know, we can use sync occasionally. I think it's good to know both. Definitely know how to beat match. Once you know how to beat match, you can use sync. Okay, so let's go for a mix.
Tomorrow never comes, because time is always now. It's a kind of digging the present. of the eternal now, and brings us into a state of peace where we can understand that the point of life, the place where it's at, is simply here and now.
Okay, and by looping that exiting song and keeping beat in that transition and elements of my old song into the transition, man, it tied the songs together. And honestly, tying the songs together is actually what a transition is all about. So the more you can do that and keep elements of them both together and make them complement each other, man, the more pro you're going to start to sound as a DJ. Okay, this is where things really start to get cool, but a little bit harder. Admittedly, that first example, looping the exiting song, just to kind of hold elements of that old song in there to do a clean transition. It's probably the most easiest loop of all time and a great place for you to start. But once you've got that down, learning how to loop the incoming song is a game changer, and it really comes in handy if you're mixing genres that have a very short intro. So I'm going to start with mixing an old, I guess, hip hop kind of, is that Gangsta's Paradise, you know, Teach Me How to Dougie, all that. And the thing to note with these genres of music, like vocal driven music, pop, party tunes, all that the phrases, first of all, are only 4 bars in length, and quite often you might only have a very short intro. Now, you can get longer intros when getting songs off sites like BPM Supreme and DJ City, but still, you might only get an 8-bar intro. But in this case, I've only got a 4-bar intro. Let me show you that quick. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, bang. Now, if you don't know about phrasing, watch the video I did a few weeks ago, all about that, which is really cool. But okay, so we've got a 4-bar intro there, which means if I wasn't looping the beginning there, I'm hitting play pretty quickly, beat matching, doing EQ work. And realistically, when you've got short intros, even 8-bar intros, man, I would be looping in, because that's going to give me more time to get the song prepared, right? More time to, I guess, like, you know, beat match, do the EQ, more time to tease it. And then all I have to do is exit the loop so the phrasing lines up, okay? So in this case, let's talk about the phrasing lining up for a second. Say, okay, most like songs like this, maybe the choruses are 8 bars in length, okay? Now, I've gone and found with Teach Me How to Dougie where the chorus is finished and gone to put a cue point 8 bars earlier, which actually is the first beat of the chorus, and that's that cue point there. So if I actually had an 8-bar intro, I could hit play there, and I'd have 4 bars to beat match and then 4 bars to come into over the end of the chorus. Then what would happen, I'd mix this one out and I'd go into the verse of this song, okay? But this song, I've only got a 4-bar intro. So what would happen is I'm going to have my loop set, and then I'm going to be teasing in over the chorus. Maybe it's just easier to show you this, but anyway, that means though, because I got 4-bar intro and the chorus is 8 bars, if I exit the loop halfway through the chorus, so both songs are equal distance to the verse, then the phrasing is going to line up, okay? So, okay, but here's the thing. How do I first of all set the loop? So when I'm looping the incoming song, I want to loop it back to the first beat. So have a listen here. And that's the first beat of the phrase. But to loop it back, I don't have to go in and that at the same time. I just hit play from the beginning. I'm going to loop 2 bars because that's the pattern. So I hit out, and that just loops it back to the beginning. If you wanted to have a preset loop, you could also do this and go do 8. Oh no, let's go there. Okay, just 8, and now I could have that, but doesn't really matter. I'm going to do it on the fly because I like doing it on the fly. It's fun. Okay, so this song's playing. Come in on a 1. That's a change. Bang. Now, okay. 2, 2, 3, 4, bang. And I've got the pattern, and now I've got time to beat match in my headphones. None of them know me. I hear this crowd screaming like, hey, get it, Wody. So I move my shoulders and I take it real low. They like how we do that. Okay, beat match. Prepare my EQ. Now, I might start teasing it in at the start of the chorus. But that, yep. We learned a little too fast and brought it to the hood and got the whole crew cash. Teach me how to do, teach me how to do.
me how to do it. Teach me how to do it. Everybody love it. Everybody love it.
Now this is halfway through here. 1, exit, because they're both 4 bars now to the end of the chorus. Maybe start peeling this one back a bit. Okay, admittedly looping in is a little bit harder, and what you got to do is you got to loop it back to the first beat, make sure it's the first beat of a phrase, and then you have to exit so the phrasing lines up. Now that can be a little bit difficult for beginners, but once you've got the idea that you exit the loop and the phrasing lines up, that's the main thing. Man, you get this aha moment. I see it in my students all the time, and then you could be looping in everything. It doesn't have to even be songs with short intros. Say you're doing a techno track and all of a sudden you've got like 2 minutes before you have to do a mix. You could just mix in early, have it looped back to where that mix in point, and just be practicing your beat matching, having it there, and then you could even tease elements of it, and then all you have to do where you'd normally hit play, that's when you exit the loop and make sure the phrasing lines up. Now I condition this epically in my course, right? And I'm proud of my course, you know. So, it's not only connected thousands of people worldwide, but it's taught thousands of people how to feel confident when they play. And my course it's the one course that's got everything that you need. I'm obsessed in it. Like, I give it so much love. Anyway, so if you want to learn to DJ and fast track your path to success, or at least having the confidence to play live, check out the link in the description below. And looping in, man, I condition that. I condition it so well. I've got diagrams and everything. I will make looping in second nature, and I'd be looping in everything. And when I say looping in, looping the incoming song and exiting so the phrasing always lines up. So I want to give you another example of how I could loop an incoming song to make phrases line up, and that is this song here. So I want to mix this one in. Okay, so I go to my cue. And go to this cue and have a listen. This bit's 4 bars. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, bang. And I want that to kick in. But I want to mix it into here. But this gap here is actually 8 bars in length. So that means I'll show you, if I was to actually just hit play at this bit, and I want this bit, hang on, I'll show you. Okay. So let's just say I hit play there because I want this in the background here. I think that's cool. I like that, okay? But if I go there, it's not lining up. The phrasing isn't lining up. So really I need to play that 4 bar beat twice, okay? So I can do it on the fly, I'll show you. Okay, and then I could be like, oh, I see it's about to kick in. I'm not ready for it. Loop it back to the start. Exit the loop, because now it's going to line up. Get this one out. Trust me, learning how to loop the incoming song gives you so much power. You will become obsessed. Hopefully this puts you on the right example. I'll put these songs in the description, or I'll just look on what they're called. And that's a really good example to practice on, okay? Anyway. Okay, this next looping example is possibly the most fun. Okay, now I wouldn't be doing it all the time, but I love doing it, especially when you've got 2 songs building up to the drop together, or building up to some kind of, big moment, And then what we can do is we can loop the song that we're taking out. So you just grab a beat. So I'll show you. Let's say I've got a beat in here. Let's say I just grab anything now. Let's say I grab a beat. Okay, that could even be, that's 2 beats. So I'll show you, I'll exit that. Okay, 1 beat, there we go, right? It's not the best loop, then I can halve it, right? And the other one's building up with it, and I'm creating a build up and I'm halving it. But here's the thing, that sounds brutal, okay? So what we're gonna do, they're building up together and go loop a beat. So it's a beat, like a beat in the build up. So I'm grabbing that beat and then I can halve it and make that shorter and kind of create a climax. That's why I call this climatic looping, right? But then the more intense the loop gets, the more intense you've got to be on your high pass filter. Otherwise it sounds shit. Have a listen, it's shit. But if I go high pass filter, that's cool. So if I was back here, listen, I'd be like, okay, all right, so let's actually do the mix. But again, the concept of this is you really want to have it when two songs are building up to go to a climax together. So I think in this case, both of my songs, I've got cue points, 32 bars. That's 4 phrases, both songs, 4 phrases to the drop. They're both equal distance to the drop. Let's go.
Imagine waking up to thunder without the rain, only to realize it's that bass in your face. Imagine taking a breath without wondering if it soon will be your last. Imagine kissing
I'm
the
gonna
one
tease
you
this
love
baby in.
once
Are you
again
ready?
without fear. Well, that day is now. Finally, we are back in the place where we used to congregate. We're all around us, we see familiar faces, creating new memories to replace the ones we lost. With people from all over the world, where words not be spoken. Love is a universal language now. Finally, we are free to roam,
Okay.
free to touch, free to move.
I think they're both now about 16 bars to the drop. I'm going to move on this one, make this one dominant. Okay, let's do another example of that, but this one's a little bit more random. So I'd suggest that you let the looping examples find you. So you're playing and all of a sudden it goes into something, you're thinking, wow, I could create a climax here. And if you hear a cool, maybe an isolated beat, the one I'm going to do here isn't even that isolated, but it's kind of like the first beat. I did the first beat then of a phrase. It grabbed, it's kind of aggressive. One beat and I started halving it. But the secret is if you're going to be doing climatic looping, you're going to be building it and something has to happen on the new song. It has to go to something. That is really the formula. And also using a high pass filter. The shorter the loop gets, the more high pass filter you use. Let's give it a go. I like this one. I did this the other day and I was like, I felt really good. Okay. Man, I love giving myself time to beat match. So I've got this song ready, right? But I'm not bringing it in right now because this one's doing its thing. But maybe let's come in now, right? 8, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I'm coming in underneath here. Ready?
That's what you get when you act a fool.
I guess you guys don't want to watch me dance the whole time. So in short, the secret there is keeping it in the background. And how you do that, just have the EQ down, it's the exiting song, and add high pass filter. It's that easy, and it can really just add a kind of like a cool way to the way that you play, man. Anyway. Okay, this is my bonus looping transition, so I'm having a bit of fun today. But anyway, man, if you've watched more than one of my videos, like, please subscribe, man. Like, support the channel. The more that you're supporting me, the more I can support you too, and the more I show up in your feed. And I feel I've got a lot to offer the DJ world, and hopefully that's including you. So if this is more, you've watched more than one, man, hit sub now, man. Help the channel to thrive, and pay it forward, man. Bring on good karma for yourself. Anyway, yeah, let's go into this last example. So what I love to do with looping is, okay, let's say you got a song and it drops off and there's this bit, maybe a cool pattern, and you go loop the pattern and you're just holding that. And then maybe you can just use that pattern as a bridge and put in a beat underneath it and use that kind of like that loop as like a bridge into your new transition. Okay, maybe I should just show you, but man, I love this one. So here we go. Okay, I'm going to use sync because I'm going to actually be bringing in the beat straight up. I'm not going to beat match, I'm just going to go bang. Sometimes using the tools that you're given, why not, man? Bring it. Okay. Okay, grab the pattern. We'll let it go one more time. And now we're going to bring a beat underneath. That's what makes this a bridge. Okay, we might even add some echo. Let's do that. Let's do a one beat echo. I'm going to move to a 3/4 echo. Just play around, why not? If you think it's a bit loud, pull the bass out on it a bit. That probably makes it less muddy. I should have done that before. That'd probably be enough. Cool. And now I've done it. Interesting transitions. This just mixes it up. It takes it out of the basic intro and outro mixing. So there you have it. You have the exit loop, the entry loop, the climatic loop, and the bonus loop bridge. Master these and your mixes are going to sound instantly way more polished and professional. But if you do want to go deeper into creative transitions, like mixing with more than 2 decks, like how to use your sampler, how to do, man, everything, man, my course, it'll take you from the bedroom into clubs. And if not, say you don't want to play in clubs, at least having the confidence to play live. Like, trust me, I love DJing and I've put so much into my course, and it's helping thousands of people worldwide to develop and master their DJ skills. And every day, man, I'm receiving glowing praise about the course with students sharing how much they enjoyed the course, and better yet, how much learning to DJ has transformed their DJing, but also their lives as well. Okay, man, thank you so much for supporting the channel. Thanks for allowing me to plug my course a bit. I've just done all these upgrades and I'm just like really proud of it. My goal is just like one course that's got everything that you need in the one place. Hopefully this channel is also giving you a lot of like juicy nuggets and you're getting a taste of how I like to teach. Okay, cool. Thanks guys. Bye.